Does this happen to you while you're fighting Tagilla? If so, be sure to watch this video because today I'm going to be going over how I usually take down Tagilla in my factory raids. And without further ado, let's just get right into the video. In terms of which weapons to run when hunting down Tagilla, you actually have a few options you can go with. I'm going to start off with the one that most people in this video are going to want to be running, and that is going to be the budget options. So for your budget options, you have weapons such as the MP153 and the UMP. The reason I went with these two weapons are because you don't have to mod them at all. You can kind of just buy them and go in, and honestly they should be enough to deal with any PMCs you run into as well. So for the MP153, I would definitely recommend running the H-shell attachment just so you can fire more shots obviously. And I would also recommend running flechettes if you have them unlocked, as it will make your life a lot easier when you actually see him in raid. For the UMP, like I said earlier, you don't really have to mod it, but you can if you like. And with this weapon, all you're gonna really want to be doing is going for either his legs or his stomach, as obviously you're not going to be pinning his armor and helmet, so make sure you're shooting his leg or stomach or you're probably gonna die. And yeah, that's kind of it for the budget options. I have the MP7 in here as well, just because that's typically what I use. I wouldn't really call it budget, but I just put it in here because that's what I use when I play factory. So for our second option here, we have high penetration ammo such as BP or M61. So either run the MDR, the RD, or the mutant, or whatever your weapon of choice is with these bullets. Just run it into factory and you'll drop Tagilla really quickly, like 2 to 3 headshots, and honestly your life will be super easy. The downside is that obviously these weapons are expensive to run, and the bullets are also really expensive to run, and honestly I don't really think it's worth it on factory to run these weapons just because of how random it is at times. Like, you never know when some naked with an RGO or some naked with a KS-23 is just gonna one-shot you and completely ruin your day no matter what armor you're running. So for me, I would definitely recommend going with the budget option, but if you do want to just run the Chad gear and take the risk, then by all means do this, and when you actually see him, you're probably gonna two-shot him. Once we have which weapon we want to use decided, the next question is obviously where's Tagilla? So as most people know, he kind of just spawns anywhere on factory. He can literally be anywhere on the map, but for me the most common places to find him in my raids were in the expansion, underground, and by that blue container that he always used to run to. Those were the 3 spots that kind of had the most success for me, both online and in offline raids while testing. So if I was you guys in raid, those 3 spots would definitely be the first spots I would check when I load in. Obviously he can be anywhere, so if he's not in those spots, it's definitely still worth it to look around the map for him if you have the chance. When it comes to actually killing him, it's going to depend on which weapon you decided to bring. If you brought the high penetration like the M61 or the BP, obviously just unloading into his head or chest will probably do the trick before he can even react. But if you decided to go with the budget option, you kind of got to be more careful where you're shooting. So if you're running a UMP or a shotgun, I would definitely recommend shooting the stomach or legs, like I said earlier, just because he will probably destroy you if you're trying to headshot him with FMJ ammo in a UMP. A pretty reliable strat when it comes to that is to kind of shoot him, and once he takes enough damage, he's actually going to run away from you and heal. So once he does this, you should definitely chase after him, because once he starts healing, he's not even going to try to attack you. Obviously he's just going to sit there and you can kind of just walk up to him and shoot him in the back of the head and he's a free kill. So to reiterate here, just shoot him a couple times with your gun, whether it be flechettes or the UMP, and most of the time he will run away and you'll get a free kill on him while he's healing. The other option is to kind of bait him into pulling his sledgehammer out, and then while he's running at you, you kind of just unload in his leg and stomach. I typically don't do this, but it is an option if you want to try to do that as well. Another quick tip is to always be on guard. I would say 90% of my deaths to Tagilla were when I wasn't paying attention or he caught me off guard playing in some really ratty corner. So definitely pay attention no matter where you are on the map, because this guy can literally be crouched anywhere and he will kill you really quickly if he catches you off guard. And that's kind of it for my guide on Tagilla. He's not the most complex boss in the world, and honestly he's pretty easy to cheese once you kind of understand his AI a little bit. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and comment if you did. Let me know if you need help with any other scav bosses. I'd love to make more videos on this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.